Education Center. We had a little problem with the scoreboard app tonight, but we are live. We were able to get the internet to punch up just on YouTube. So we're going to treat this kind of like a radio broadcast tonight. I'll be giving you scores and times all night long. I'm adjusting my video so we can get a lot more of a scoreboard in the corner. That's going to help us out. The angle that we're going to use tonight is not great, but I'll say once again, welcome to the Hamlin Education Center. So we're going without the scoreboard app tonight. So this is going to be sounding like a radio broadcast. That's the best I can do. The scoreboard app did not want to hook up tonight. But with 6 minutes left to go in the pregame, I had to make a decision. So we've got about 4 minutes of a little bit of pregame that we'll do here tonight. Go into those starting lineups, and then we'll have live action on the floor after that. Our exclusive presenter tonight, Bankstar Financial. They sponsor everything we do here on Saul's Media. I want to thank Bankstar Financial for hanging with me, for being a part of this and being a part of Sioux Valley Athletics. Thank you so much. With locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton, Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today to chat with the local professionals. Bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Saul's Media broadcasts. I am joined up here on the top shelf, if we will, by my partner in crime, Jordan Reese. He's running the huddle camera. Now, see, you get part of the night off. You don't have to run the scoreboard app. So I'm giving you a little bit less of duties. Maybe we'll get you more on the play-by-play tonight, a little color tonight. You can give me your thoughts on, whatever's going on out there.
Yeah.
It's a dumbed-down version of what we're going to do tonight, but you can see the Sioux Valley Cossacks back on the floor. Again, I do not like this angle, but it's what we can do. I don't want to zoom in too much because of the closeness of this side of the court. So when we get in the second half, that's where Sioux Valley will be at. We'll have a great look at the Cossacks, but for the first half, they're going to be on the far end. You can see a scoreboard up in the corner, that top left. You can also see the video board top middle. And you can also see a clock that's right above the basket. So we do have a little bit of options that way to keep us up to date as far as what the score is, as far as what the time is. We'll do our best and treat this kind of like a radio broadcast tonight. Starting lineups tonight are going to be brought to us by CC's Bar and Grill. We're going to do that in about 2 minutes. The opening tip will be brought to us by Bell Brands, makers of the mini Baby Bell cheeses. Those are the snack cheese of champions. Peel one today. First quarter stats will be brought to us by GP Auto, Health Source Chiropractic. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Health Source Halftime Show. Back Alley Meats and Buster's Auto Brokers. They will bring us our South Dakota score feed look at around the state. There's a lot of action that's been happening all afternoon. There's more games coming tonight in Class B, in Class A, as a lot of region finals are taking place tonight. Sodak 16 night for the boys' side is on Tuesday, so you have to get all the matchups put together for that and see what happens with that. So there's a lot of finals. We'll get you all of those. Some of those finals are already done, as they are finals from this afternoon. So we'll go through that later on. Third quarter stats will be brought to us tonight by Precision Risk Management. Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck is going to bring us a final stats and our player of the game sponsor. Thank you so much to Tropical Smoothie Cafe. The kids absolutely love it. Player of the game gets a gift certificate for a free smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. It's going over like gangbusters, so we will continue to do that next year as we jump into football, into volleyball, and then again, basketball next winter. With about 2.5 minutes left to go of our pregame action on the floor, we're going to do starting lineups right now. And then we'll send it to the floor as the mic typically overpowers me, if you can believe that, Jordan. Someone with a voice that overpowers me. I think they just have louder speakers, man. That's all there is to it. Your thoughts? See, they can't see you shrug. You have to say something.
I know.
That's how we do it. Starting lineups on the floor. Once again, they are brought to us by CC's Bar and Grill, downtown Volga. Amazing Chislik, burgers, chicken, and more. Good friends, good food, good times. What is your favorite burger at CC's, Jordan?
I usually don't order a burger there.
What do you get there?
Wings.
Wings. There you go.
Wings.
Have you had the Chislik there? The Chislik's fantastic.
Yes, I actually have the Chislik. It's amazing.
Try the Chislik. It's amazing. CC's Bar and Grill, a fantastic sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Sauls Media Broadcast. Starters for the Hamlin Chargers. They will put on the floor tonight. Number 3, Easton Neuendorf. He is a senior guard, 5'11". Number 10, Evan Stormo. He is a 6'3" senior guard. Number 23, Jackson Wadsworth, a 6'3" junior guard. Number 24, Dawson Nome, a 6'4" senior forward. And number 33, Zach Van Metteren, a 6'6" senior forward. These guys are the defending Class A state champs. They are the number 1 team in the region. I think they're the number 2 team in Class A as far as the SODAC 16 rankings go. They're very good. We've seen them earlier this season.
Yes.
They took 2 losses on their season. One was to Sioux Falls Christian.
And then Houston, Tennessee.
That was at the Corn Palace, part of that Mike Miller Classic in Mitchell. And that's the 2 losses for the Hamlin Chargers. They have dominated a lot of teams this year. Sioux Valley got a look at them earlier in the season, and now they get look number 2 coming here tonight. So for our Sioux Valley Cossacks, the starting lineups. Number 4, Carter Sapp. He is a 6'6" sophomore forward. Number 5, Braden Danzizen, a 6'2" junior forward. Number 14, Maverick Nelson, a 6'3" senior guard. Number 23, Brock Christofferson, a 5'11" senior guard. And the big man in the middle, fresh off of his player of the game status from last night, number 35, Tobin Squires, a 6'7" junior center. Those are the starters for the Sioux Valley Cossacks. Coaches Bill Vincent, David Carmen, Buster Vincent, Colin Vanderwall, Ryan Burgraff, and Noah Clare, assistant coaches for Sioux Valley. The Hamlin Chargers head coach, Todd Neuendorf, his assistants, Kevin Crum, Brad Nome, and Travis Wadsworth. We're going to send this down to the PA announcer. Be back right after this with the Star Spangled Banner and the starting lineups on the floor. Don't go anywhere, Cossack Crazies. Sioux Valley basketball coming up next.
Always, classrooms, and playing field. A privilege that depends on good sportsmanship. Enjoy the game and support good sportsmanship. First, let's meet the starters for Sioux Valley. Starting in the forward, assistant sophomore, number 4, Carter Sapp. Starting in the forward, 6'2" junior, number 5, Braden Danzizen. Starting in the guard, 6'2" senior, number 14, Maverick Nelson. Starting in the guard, 5'11" senior, number 23, Brock Christofferson. Starting in the center, 6'7" junior, number 35, Tobin Squires. Assistant coaches for the Cossacks are David Martin, Buster Vincent, Colin Vanderwall, Ryan Burgraff, and Noah Clare. Head coach, Bill Vincent. Now let's meet the cheerleaders for the Chargers. Zimara Delgado Rivera. Madeline Trowbridge. Paola Gallardo Zamora. Ava Struckman. Aubrey Bowler. Amelia Logan. And Danica Perez Dumpling. Cheerleaders are coached by Dennis Maxwell and Sydney Hobbs.
Trevor.
right hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem. All veterans and non-uniformed military personnel may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem.
All right, Cossack Crazies, here we go. A region final from the Hamlin Education Center. Our Sioux Valley Cossacks in their road navy blues. Little gold trim, white letters and numbers. The Hamlin Chargers in their home whites. They've got the checkerboard down the side. It's the powder blue Hamlin and numbers on the front of those jerseys. Jumping for our Sioux Valley Cossacks, that is number 4, Carter Sapp. He will be doing the opening tip, sponsored by Bell Brands, makers of the Mini Baby Bells. They are the snack cheese of champions. He'll be jumping against Zach Van Meteren of the Hamlin Chargers. Once again, these Hamlin Chargers are the defending Class A state champions. Hamlin is going to get the first possession. That is Easton Neuendorf at the top of the key. They'll throw it around the arc. They'll find Dawson Nome in the corner, or Dawson Nome at the top, sorry. That is number 10, Evan Stormo, right to the rack on the right side of the rim. Long rebound, run down by Maverick Nelson. He'll take it the other way. We're early here in the first quarter. You can see the scoreboard up in the top left. I know it's a little blurry up there, but I'm keeping the action focused on the floor. The scoreboard app was not going to work tonight, so this is what we get. Maverick Nelson from the right wing, knocked out of his hands. He runs it down. 18 on the shot clock. Maverick Nelson will drive in, baseline, go through the paint. That is knocked away by Neuendorf and out of bounds. So Sioux Valley is going to throw this in from the corner right in front of the Hamlin bench. Brady Hiltonen is going to come in for Braden Danzizen. Danzizen has been fighting off an illness, so he is going to be in and out probably all night long. Brady Hiltonen, 5 3-pointers last night in Florence. So certainly capable. Carter Sapp gets that inbounds over to Maverick Nelson. There's a 3-ball on the way, in and out. Van Meteren, the rebound for the Chargers. Neuendorf pushes up the floor. Stormo back to Neuendorf. Cossacks coming out in a 2-3 matchup zone. Van Meteren's going to drive baseline, try a verse layup, and connects on that. Hamlin is going to have the early 2-0 lead. Brock Christofferson across the half-court line. He is guarded by 23, Wadsworth out there, sorry. Around the arc, that's Hiltonen, down to the left corner. He's double-teamed there, throws it out to Carter Sapp. He fakes the 3. Now he'll drive into the paint, get it over to Tobin Squires. He'll go across the paint, kick it out to B-Rock, 12 on the shot clock. B-Rock against Wadsworth. 8 seconds on that shot clock now. Hand it over to Maverick Nelson. He'll drive baseline right to the rack. Maverick Nelson with a great drive. Gets the first points for Sioux Valley tonight. Hamlin quickly up the floor. That's Dawson Nome at the top of the key. Over to Wadsworth now. Wadsworth a drive to the top. Get it over to Evan Stormer. He'll drive baseline, and there's a push on the drive. That'll be on the floor. Getting that foul is number 14. That's Maverick Nelson. First personal. First team foul for Sioux Valley. The inbounds up to Wadsworth. He'll try the 3, and he knocks that down from the top of the key. Sioux Valley the other way now. 5-2, a lead by Hamlin. You can see the scoreboard top left. Maverick Nelson will throw that into Tobin Squires. He'll go right to the left block. His jumper off the mark. Hamlin the rebound. Neuendorf's going to bring it across the half-court line. Neuendorf all the way to the rack. Kick it to Wadsworth in the corner. 3-ball in and good for the Chargers. 8-2 now, a lead by Hamlin. B-Rock cross half court. He'll drive in, kick it out to Hiltonen. Fakes the three, gets it up to Carter Sapp on the top of the key. He'll go down the lane. Cut off by Nome. And we've got one too many steps in there. I think there was a slide step in there. And that's the travel and the turnover by Sioux Valley. Hamlin will take this the other way now, throwing to Neuendorf. He'll walk it across the timeline. Neuendorf guarded by B-Rock. They go around the arc. That's Stormo now. Back to Neuendorf, down in front of me here. I know I cut off the corner. It's the best angle I can do. They throw it into Nome, over to Van Metteren. Back to Neuendorf. He'll take the three from the right wing. Off the front of the iron. Maverick Nelson the rebound. Maverick will cross. He gets to the top of the key, makes a move against Stormo, and that is sent back out. Van Metteren got a big piece of that. Sioux Valley runs down the rebound. Squires will throw it back to Nelson in the left corner. Nelson fights through a double team. Now he'll get to the top of the key. Loses a handle on it. Gets control. Back to Carter Sapp. He fights to get control of that. Sapp over to Christofferson. 8 on the shot clock now. Christofferson double teamed. Wadsworth smacks that out of there. Another steal by Hamlin. He'll take it right down the left side of the lane. Kick it back out. That's Neuendorf with another 3-ball attempt, and that rolls out. Tobin Squires the rebound. Cossacks the other way. Christofferson now gets it to the right wing. Still 8-2. Christofferson's going to try a 15-foot jumper. That connects. Neuendorf the other way now for Hamlin. He'll drive down the right side of the lane all the way to the rack. Good drive by Easton Neuendorf. Connects on that. 10-4 now. Brock Christofferson, he'll take that to the right side of the lane, kick it out to Hilton, and Easton Neuendorf is going to be called for the reach in. That'll be his first personal, first team foul for Hamlin. 3:58 left to go in this first quarter. Again, our scoreboard that you can see is up in that top left of the screen. There's also a clock above the basket. I can kind of see the video board in the top center, but that scoreboard top left is going to be key for us all night long. Maverick Nelson gets that inbounds. He'll try a three from the right wing. A rainbow three connects for Maverick Nelson, the senior, and we're going to get a timeout by head coach Bill Vincent while we're still on the out-of-bounds line out there. Maverick Nelson, a huge three. Can really see the rainbow arc from this level up here, this angle.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest media place in the world. I tried to get to the top of the bleachers over there. There is no outlet anywhere to be seen. I think it would take 100 feet of extension cord to try to get to that angle at the top of the bleachers there at midcourt. Just not going to work tonight. We only go to Hamlin, once, twice a year maybe? So Once, yeah. So
not even every year.
We were here in volleyball. That was the very first Saul's Media broadcast. So it was Bill Vincent and myself from this corner. That was the very first Saul's Media broadcast back in last October, I think. Maybe last September, something like that.
And you didn't even have to move your screen.
Didn't have to move my screen that night. We were doing it all on my phone. We've upgraded to an iPad, and, an iPad with a scoreboard app. Even the scoreboard app could not get out of this, prison as far as the internet is concerned. We're in a big metal cage. So thankfully, YouTube works by itself. We are well connected. Even with my MiFi device, we could not get the scoreboard app to work. That's the way it goes sometimes, Jordan.
Yeah.
So out of that timeout, Bill Vincent talks to his squad, talks a little strategy. Hamlin will throw that in and go the rest of the distance here, the whole distance. That's Easton Neuendorf at the top of the key. He'll throw it over to Nome. Stormo over to Neuendorf, right wing. He throws it right into the paint. That's Van Metteren. He kicks it out. They go around the arc. Wadsworth, Nome, back over to Neuendorf. They go around the arc again. Neuendorf cutting down the paint. He'll try that. It was blocked by Maverick Nelson. Tobin Squires comes up with it. Maverick Nelson will take this across half court. Long pass. Carter Sapp. He'll drive in from the right wing. There is a tie-up as he was driving into the paint. So Stormo able to get a couple of hands on that, and that possession arrow will point the way of Sioux Valley. So the Cossacks will keep it, throw it in off the baseline there. That's Brock Christofferson that will throw this in. He'll find Brady Hilton, and he backs it up to the three-point line and drill it from the corner. Brady Hiltonen gets on the board. Neuendorf quickly down the floor, and he will be fouled on the floor before the layup try. I think it's B-Rock that's going to be called for that personal, and it is his first. You saw right there what Hamlin does to everybody. You know, they are very fast down the floor after a bucket, so they're able to beat the defense back down. Cossacks hold off the inbounds play. That's Neuendorf now driving in from the left wing. He goes off the backboard and in. Strong drive by Easton Neuendorf. Cossacks the other way now. It's 12-10. A lead by Hamlin. Carter Sapp down the right side of the lane. He'll try a 10-footer off the bankboard and in. We're tied at 12. 2:40 left to go in this first quarter. Chargers the other way now. That's Stormo. Over to Wadsworth. Neuendorf, left wing. Sorry. Trying to work the angle in my head. That's Wadsworth. He'll drive in, cross the court. That is Stormo from the corner, in and out. And we're going to have a push by Zach Van Metteren on that rebound. His first personal. Cossacks will take this the other way now. Tied at 12. 2:25 left to go in this first quarter. Brock Christofferson will take this across half court. Steal by Hamlin. That's Neuendorf. He'll go with the transition bucket. I thought I heard a whistle down there. Apparently not. Sioux Valley is going to take this the other way now. So that Neuendorf transition layup will give the Chargers a 14-12 lead. Hamlin now drops into a 1-3-1 zone. Challenging Christofferson at the top of the key. There's a double team in the corner. That's a throw by Maverick Nelson. Was it touched by the Chargers? It was not. So that throw that goes past Brock Christofferson will be Hamlin's ball.
Maverick, I think, looking for the foul on Easton for a reach.
Okay.
He does like getting his hands in there.
Did not get that. So Hamlin's going to take this over after the Sioux Valley turnover. Neuendorf will go across the arc. Number 1 now in there. We've got to get that name down. That is Nome. Back up to Wadsworth, top of the key. Number 1 is Bowden Stevenson. And we've got a foul in the corner. I think that's on Carter Sapp. Yes, Carter Sapp is going to get his first personal. That is the third team foul on Sioux Valley. Hamlin's got 2 team fouls. We've got 1:31 left in the first. Throw in off the inbounds play. That is Stormo, top of the key. Neuendorf now. He'll try the 3 off the back of the iron. Stevenson fights for the rebound, throws it into his teammate Van Metteren. Still loose in the paint. And we're going to have a tie-up. And that possession arrow will point the way of Hamlin. So they'll throw it in off their baseline. Neuendorf will throw this in. You can see that at least. I'm able to get over the rail that's right in front of us. So with 1:19 left to go in the first, Neuendorf's going to throw this in, looking for Stormo. Finds him on the right block. He'll drive in against Carter Sapp off the backboard. Too strong. That rebound ping-pongs all the way back to Stormo around the arc, and Wadsworth drills the 3. 17-12 now, lead by Hamlin. Christofferson the other way. 1:01 left to go in this first quarter. Maverick Nelson's going to try a 3. Back of the iron. Neuendorf the rebound. Quickly up the floor. Chargers push. The throw in of Van Metteren knocked away by Nelson. But it'll go out of bounds off of Maverick's hands, so Hamlin will throw this in off their baseline. 52.7 seconds left to go in the first. Neuendorf will throw this in, looking for top of the key. That is Stevenson that runs that down. Over to Stormo. He gets a screen. He'll drive baseline, and Carter Sapp's at least going to knock that out. No foul there. Off of Carter Sapp's hands. Chargers will throw this in once again from the baseline. 47.4 seconds left here in the first. Neuendorf now. He'll find Wadsworth, right wing. Wadsworth will find Neuendorf. He's open from the top of the key. He'll try that 3. It goes in and out. Van Metteren taps it back out to Wadsworth. Another try for the Chargers. Van Metteren now will drive baseline, kick it over to Wadsworth. Stormo's got it. They're going to reset it. 30 seconds left, 25 on the shot clock. Neuendorf near half court. 19 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. So there's about a 3-second difference there. Coming up on 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Chargers start to move now. That's Stormo. They'll throw it over to the corner. That's Wadsworth, who is going to take an extra step or a push to get open. Yeah, he was out of bounds then.
Out of bounds.
No foul.
Took a step out of bounds.
Turnover by the Chargers. 9.2 seconds left. We'll see the scoreboard here once we turn. Maverick Nelson now. He'll drive to the top of the key. You can see the clock. 5 seconds left. 4, 3. Brock Christopherson, the open look from the corner! And that's how our first quarter is going to end. Brock Christopherson, the senior guard, with a huge 3 at the buzzer. Brock Christopherson connects. So it's a 17-15 lead. You can see the scoreboard, top left of the screen. You can see the video board, top center. Thank you to everyone tuning in right here on YouTube. The scoreboard app is not working tonight. We are in a giant metal cage, so there's not much I can do about that. So our first quarter stats going to be brought to us by GP Auto, taking care of all your car repair needs, tire replacement, oil changes, engine repair. Grant and Friends will get you back on the road, located on the east side of Brookings. What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Max just came up and told me it was
No, we're live. We are live. If you can't get it in the stands there, it's because the internet is not real great. Yeah, we're live. Right on.
I was going to say, it's live now.
Text him or something and say that we're right on YouTube. It's the Jason Salzman page. It's pretty easy to find.
Maxwell came up and talked to me. I don't have Maxwell's number.
I don't have Maxwell's number either. GP Auto, first quarter stats. So Carter Sapp's got 2 points. Maverick Nelson has 5. Brock Christopherson with that 3 ball at the buzzer. He's got 5. And Brady Hilton hit a 3. So as a team, they've got 3 3-pointers so far. Sioux Valley is going to get the first possession to start the second quarter. Brady Hilton is going to throw that in right at half court. Get that into B-Rock, and our second quarter is underway. Again, the scoreboard is in the top left corner. Video board's top center, if you can read that. Maverick Nelson on the left wing. He's double-teamed, chased. Brady Hilton and now has it. They knock it out of his hands, but it's a reach-in by Jackson Wadsworth.
No. Thanks, Stormo.
Is it Stormo that got it?
Yep.
Okay, Stormo gets the reach-in. For Stormo, that is his first personal, first team foul here in the second quarter for the Hamlin Chargers. Maverick Nelson's going to throw this in from the far sideline. Brock Christopherson now dribbling near half court. That's Wadsworth that's guarding him. Hamlin's dropped into a man-to-man defense now. Maverick Nelson puts on a nifty move on Vandermetteren, creates some space and hits the jumper from about 15 feet. Like they were talking on the way down the floor. These two teams are rivals. They know each other very well, always competing against each other. Probably going to see some yapping out there tonight. That was a push foul. Brock Christopherson gets his second. Hamlin's going to throw that in from the far sideline. Neuendorf right down the paint, trying to get a foul called himself. We're trying to draw a foul. Does not get that. It goes off the hands of Carter Sapp and out of bounds. So Hamlin will throw this in from their baseline. What's up?
Neuendorf not liking the call.
Yeah.
Not getting the foul call.
As always, head coach Todd Neuendorf, very vocal with what he does. That's going to be. Did he travel? Was that a?
I think so. I think he took
an extra hop before he put that in. Okay, so a turnover by Hamlin. Got me talking about their head coach, and I forgot what was going on out there. We're tied at 17 here in the second quarter. Carter Sapp runs that down, top of the key. He's guarded by Vandermetteren. Nelson now. Wadsworth on him. He dribbles out to the top of the key. Restart there. 15 on the shot clock for Sioux Valley. Puts a move on. Goes right down the paint. There's a nifty dipsy-do. Tobin Squires got the offensive board, but neither one of them connect on that. Hamlin the other way now. Wadsworth will kick it out to Vandermetteren. Neuendorf, and he was out of bounds. There it is. Jerry Beers on the call, right on the baseline. Vandermetteren was out of bounds when he caught that. So another turnover by Hamlin.
He ran out of bounds. He did not get pushed out of bounds. I do know how this goes.
Okay, Jordan Reese on the call here.
But he ran out of bounds on himself, so then he has to establish possession inbounds before he can touch the ball.
And he did not do that, so there's where your turnover is. Good job, Jordan. Thanks for the clarification. My partner in crime, Jordan Reese, getting me corrected out here. Maverick Nelson, double team, throws into Tobin Squires. Over Vandermetteren, right in the paint. Sioux Valley takes a 2-point lead. 19-17, 6:14 left to go in this first half. Neuendorf now. He'll drive into the paint, trying to draw a foul once again, throws it over to Wadsworth. He drives baseline, kicks it back out to Neuendorf, fakes the three, gets it to elbow, and then goes right past down the lane and connects on that so quick with that first step. Wow. A couple of All-Staters on this Hamlin squad. They are defending champs here in Class A, so we're tied at 19 once again. Carter Sapp down the left block, cut off by Van Metteren. Hilton in from the left corner, and he will get 3 foul shots out of that. Neuendorf hit him as he was shooting it. Todd Neuendorf, the head coach of Hamlin, not real happy about that, talking to Jerry Beers on what that call was, but Brady Hiltonen's going to get 3 foul shots out of this. His 3-point try in the corner, tapped by Neuendorf. Todd Neuendorf still not happy about it. Jerry Beers now walking away from him.
We were doing the last time we did this. We did this against Castlewood.
Yep.
Brock and Mav.
Yep. Well, there's going to be some yapping out there, from everyone. Hiltonen hits the first. Second, rattles around and finds the bottom, so Hiltonen connects on that. Jerry Beers still hearing it from the head coach of Hamlin. Hiltonen hits all 3 of them. That'll be a timeout by head coach Bill Vincent. 22-19, a lead. Todd Neuendorf getting pushed back to his bench by another referee. He's pushing his limits.
I think he's pushed 2 of the refs at limits now. He's on the urge.
Well, he gets a lot of limits. That's why he pushes them. So it's a 22-19 lead. 5:44 left to go in this second quarter. This is a full timeout, I think. No, we're at 30 seconds, so we're about to come on to that. I was just about to ask you to go around that South Dakota Score Feed app. Since you have internet on your phone, you can get in and out of this metal cage. No one else can. But we'll do that. We'll probably wait till halftime and talk about what's going on around the rest of the state. We'll have plenty of time in that 10-minute halftime. Brought to us by the Health Source halftime show, the Health Source Chiropractic halftime show. Todd Neuendorf still yapping with Jerry Beers out there, still trying to get clarification of that 3-point shot foul in the corner to Brady Hiltonen. Neuendorf still doesn't like his answer. So Easton Neuendorf, top of the key now. Double team, that's Hilton Christofferson. Over to Stormo. Van Metteren on the baseline, guarded by Sapp. He'll turn around, go across the court. That's Stormo in the left corner. He'll go into the paint, try a 10-footer, too short. And Van Metteren jumps over Carter Sapp. He'll be called for the foul on that rebound.
His second or third?
That'll be
his second, according to when we look up at the big screen.
He is second personal, yes. Van Metteren picks up number 2. I'll move this back over to Todd Neuendorf on the sidelines, giving Jerry Beers an earful on the way by. Sioux Valley's going to throw this in. 22-19, a lead by Sioux Valley. You can see the scoreboard, top left corner. Here's your time. There's time on the top of this bank board as well. Christofferson near half court. He'll throw it over to Hiltonen. Leaves his defender in the dust. Defender trying to get himself together, and that'll be stolen away by Stevenson. Stevenson down the other way to the left block. It's going to be a blocking call by Brady Hiltonen. He just got himself a little bit too deep. I think if he'd have met him at about midway through that paint, he probably would have got a charge out of that. But I think Brady Hiltonen was just
a little faster and then stood there and then took it.
Brady just got it. Brady got a little bit too deep there. So it's a blocking call, and Brady Hiltonen his first. Stevenson rattles that free throw around. Connects on that. So he'll get a second try here. 5:05 left to go in the second quarter. Stevenson will connect on both. Sioux Valley will throw this in. Maverick Nelson quickly up the floor. That's Christofferson. Wadsworth tried to slap it out of there. Failed on that. Christofferson will be guarded by Evan Stormo. Over to Sapp. There's another reach in. It gets out of there. Stevenson, 2 steals in a row. And Carter Sapp is going to foul him. I think the referee's going to talk about intentional. Carter Sapp was reaching for the ball. It was from behind Stevenson. They're going to give an intentional foul. So this would be 2 shots and the ball. Carter Sapp reached from behind. Referees talked about it, said he didn't get enough, and tried to stop a transition bucket from happening from behind. High school referees will call that all the time on an intentional foul. So this will be Jackson Wadsworth shooting free throws all by himself. First one, no good.
Does he get another one?
He gets a second free throw here, and then Hamlin's going to get the ball as well. Second free throw on the way. That one connects. So Hamlin's going to throw this in from the far sideline. We're tied at 22 now off those 2 free throws. But Hamlin will get another try here off that intentional foul. For Carter Sapp, that is his second. They throw it into the corner. Stormo now left wing. Neuendorf, top of the key. Double team coming. That's Hiltonen and Christofferson. He gets a screen over to Noam. That's Stormo in the corner. 3-ball, rattles around and in. Hamlin takes a 3-point lead with 4:33 left to go in this second quarter. B-Rock across the timeline. He's met by Stevenson. Hiltonen now left wing for the Cossacks. Over to Maverick Nelson, the senior guard. Guarded by Wadsworth. Couple of dribbles. He'll try to get past him. Gets down to the right block. He'll try a jumper off there. Too strong. Chargers with the rebound. Neuendorf will push. Neuendorf stops at the right wing. Throws that over to Wadsworth. That's Noam. That's Stormo. He just hit a 3 from there. 2 in a row for Evan Stormo from the same spot.
That's a delay of game.
Sioux Valley will throw this in. Brock Christofferson drives down. Hiltonen in the corner now. He'll dribble up to the right wing, left wing, sorry. Maverick Nelson now trying to get a screen. He'll throw it into Tobin Squires. Double team coming. That was Neuendorf trying to get that out of there. Tobin Squires will find Carter Sapp in the paint. It's stolen away. Evan Stormo got hands on that, took it out of there. Wadsworth to the right block. No good on that. Carter Sapp the rebound. He'll try to run the floor, get it over to Christofferson. Nelson now down in the corner. 28-22. 3:18 left to go in the second quarter. Maverick Nelson is going to be called for that travel. It was kind of knocked out of his hands at the same time. Maverick thought he was fouled. Referees call it a travel. Turnover by Sioux Valley. Chargers will throw this in now. Neuendorf just walking across the timeline. These two teams are rivals. These two teams have ended each other's seasons a lot in their history. They always meet in the postseason. It seems like Neuendorf will drive down, find Stevenson on the right block. Great pass by Neuendorf. We're going to get a timeout by head coach Bill Vincent. It is 30-22 now. Hamlin's on an 8-0 run. This is a full timeout. My partner, Jordan Reese, my partner in crime here, he's going to open up a South Dakota Score Feed app that is brought to us by Back Alley Meats, downtown Volga. Back Alley Meats is small town quality with a big city selection. Also brought to us by Buster's Auto Brokers in Mitchell. Right on the corner, right on the price. What do you got, Jordan?
Okay, so boys A, we had St. Francis Indian in Pine Ridge earlier today. Pine Ridge, which we've seen earlier in the season, losing by 1.
So the Pine Ridge season is over. Marvin Richard III, who was a superstar on the Cossack center floor.
Lennox and Vermilion
will not even get to the Sodex 16
Lennox
this year.
Winning. Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley. Sioux Falls Christian winning 78-38.
Okay.
West Central Madison, that one went into overtime. West Central winning 53-44. McCook Central Montrose 55-38. McCook Central Montrose winning. Hanson and Mount Vernon Plakenton, we have 77-44. Cheyenne Eagle
Butte.
They won 58-55 versus Platte Geddes.
One more, and then we'll go to game action.
Mobridge Pollock versus Stanley County, 66-54.
All right. So out of that timeout, Sioux Valley will take it the other way now. We've got 2:48 left to go in the second. Brock Christofferson now, top of the key. That's Tobin Squires trying to find Sapp in the paint. He'll throw it over to B-Rock. Nelson now, right wing, guarded by Wadsworth. Nelson gets past him, gets to about 5 feet. He'll draw the foul, and it'll be too strong off the backboard, but Maverick Nelson's going to get 2 free throws out of that. Hamlin on an 8-0 run before that Sioux Valley timeout. That is the...
Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong side.
That foul's on 23. That's Jackson Wadsworth, his first. Maverick Nelson will connect on that. It rattled around, but found the bottom. Maverick up to 8 points on his night. He can get to 9 right here with another free throw. And he does. So it's a 6-point lead for the Hamlin Chargers. Neuendorf now across the timeline. He'll drive it down to the right block, guarded by Christofferson. Try a fadeaway, and Brock's going to be called for a push on the shot. Bill Vincent wondering what that call was. So B-Rock is going to get his third. So we officially have a Sioux Valley Cossack in some foul trouble. That's 3 fouls in the first half now for Brock Christofferson.
And there's still 2.5 minutes left of the second.
Bill Vincent's going to leave him out there.
Only 2 more fouls to give.
We need that senior leader. We need his defense out there for sure, but his 3 fouls is a problem. And Neuendorf connects on both those free throws. So it's another 8-point lead for Hamlin. Maverick Nelson takes it the other way now. Nelson double teamed on the top of the key. Carter Sapp on the right wing. He'll drive in against Stevenson. Gets all the way to the left side of the paint. Picks up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. B-Rock now saves him. 18 on the shot clock. Brock Christofferson will drive. Kick it out to Nelson. Nelson with 11 on the shot clock. 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Nelson will get it to about 10 feet. Try that runner.
Oh.
Tobin Squires took one try at it. Pinballs around. Now it's still loose. Neuendorf comes up with it. So good offensive board by Tobin Squires. Just not able to connect on the jumper. That's going to be off the hands of Jackson Wadsworth and out of bounds. So Hamlin with a turnover. 1:46 left to go in this first half. 8-point lead by Hamlin. These rivals are very familiar with each other, not real friendly with each other, but that is the case when it is rivals like this. Neuendorf gets in the way. He thought he was pushed to the floor. Jerry Beers does not agree with that. And for Easton Neuendorf, is that his third? It is.
His third.
So both the starting point guards, 3 fouls in this first half. You can see Jerry Beers going over to the head coach, talking with Todd Neuendorf once again. Jerry Beers getting an earful once again. Brady Hiltonen on the foul line, misses his first try. In for the Cossacks, that's Braden Danzizen, number 5, and McCade Nelson, number 2. Carter Sapp will take a breather. And also Brock Christofferson taking a breather. Give him a rest on defense, trying to protect him and the 3 fouls he has. Brady Hiltonen, his second try in
we
and
are
good.
in bonus. I did just see that.
We are in bonus, so there we go. Brady Hiltonen now. 1 free throw there makes it a 7-point game. Evan Stormo, another 3-ball on the way. Off the back of the iron. Dan Z's on the rebound. Braden will push it. Braden across the timeline. Hiltonen now. Maverick Nelson left wing. Double team, throws it into Squires. He's in the paint. He'll get it to 5 feet. Can't connect on the jumper. Hamlin the rebound. 1:07 left to go in this second quarter. Wadsworth will get that over to Stormo. Sorry about the angle. That's where we put us in the media center here at the Hamlin Education Center. Number 5 in there for Hamlin. He'll drive down the left side of the lane, kick it over to Stevenson. There's a 3-ball right in front of us, and he connects on that. 35-25. It's a 10-point lead for Hamlin, and McCade Nelson saw defense trying to get it to his brother and then falls inbounds without throwing it to anyone. That's a turnover. So Hamlin will throw this in off their baseline now. Number 5 for Hamlin, that is Turner Stevenson. So a couple of Stevensons out there. That's easy enough to remember. Stevenson will throw that into Stormo. Stolen away by Nelson, but it's a loose ball. They get it over to Wadsworth. He drives to the right block. Dawson Nome will try the 3, and he nails that. So it is a 13-point lead now for Sioux Valley. Or for Hamlin, sorry. Maverick Nelson throws that into McCade off of his hands and out of bounds. McCade Nelson having a tough go at it. Fresh off the bench. Easton Neuendorf back in for Stevenson and the Hamlin Chargers. They're still trying to protect Brock Christofferson and his 3 fouls. Levi Loban, the Energizer Bunny, instant offense on the floor. Hiltonen and Maverick Nelson will come off as Carson Washi on the floor as well. Hamlin now, Easton Neuendorf, top of the key. 21 seconds left in this first half. He's guarded by Dan Ziesen near the half-court stripe. Easton Neuendorf, he'll drive it down to the top of the key. 12 seconds left now. Pulls that back out, asking for a screen. Get that. Drive to the foul line. Kick it over to Stormo in the corner. He saves that from out of bounds and then nails the three. Oh, boy. And the Cossacks are going to run out of time. So it was close. A couple of turnovers in this last minute allows the Chargers to hit a couple of threes and a two-pointer. Now it's 41-25 as we head to the halftime show. That was a tough stretch for Sioux Valley as the Hamlin Chargers really opened up that lead now. So I will move my camera over. You can see the scoreboard. There's the time running down on our halftime show. The halftime show is brought to us by Health Source Chiropractic, sponsors of the Health Source halftime show. Flip over my sponsor sheet here. Experience top quality care at Health Source Chiropractic on 22nd Avenue in Brookings, across from the Water Tower. To find lasting pain relief, Justin and Luke will take great care of you. Call them and book your appointment today. Health Source Chiropractic, thank you for being a sponsor of the Health Source halftime show and Sioux Valley Athletics. That was a tough stretch to end the second quarter. I've got Carter Sapp at 2 points at half. Dan Ziesen still scoreless. Maverick Nelson up to 9 points in his first half. Brock Christofferson, 5 points. Brady Hiltonen added 4 free throws and the three-pointer. He's got 7. And that's the 25 points for the Sioux Valley Cossacks. But it was the Hamlin Chargers that went on, an 8-0 run in that last minute off of the couple of turnovers by Sioux Valley. Really opened up that lead now, 41-25. 16-point lead for the defending state champs of Class A over our Sioux Valley Cossacks. We'll see what head coach Bill Vincent has in store for the halftime chat. So for our halftime entertainment, this is normally when I have some interviews by the the girls squad, but we just did that last night with head coach Jamie Granum. We're going to take a look around the South Dakota Score Feed app. Jordan, my partner in crime, gave you a Class A rundown in Class B for their region finals. Let's move that to Region 1. We'll keep it somewhat close here. Leola Frederick, one of the best teams in Class B. They do not get out of their region. Waverly South Shore knocks them off as the 4 seed. And then on the other side of that bracket, Aberdeen Christian moves on to the Sodex 16. So Leola Frederick will watch from the sidelines as they do not get out of their region, one of the best teams in Class B.
Game. Castlewood and DeSmits.
Castlewood took it to overtime with DeSmit and then did get the 2-point win in Region 2, but it took overtime before they took out the DeSmit Bulldogs.
Springs being Woolsey Westonton.
The Spartans getting a win over Woolsey Westonton. We move to Region 3 then.
Dells Rapids St. Mary's win over Coleman Egan 69-58 or 59. Howard Bridgewater Emory, Howard winning 49-48.
All right, Region 4, I'll do that one. The top team out there, Viborg Hurley, they get a big win over Centerville Tornadoes, 71-37. They move on to the Sodex 16. Bottom side of the Region 4 bracket, number 3 Freeman takes out number 2 Parkston with a 10-point win. So the Freeman Flyers moving it. What you got? What's happening? You lost it, didn't you?
I lost it.
Oh, boy. Here we go. I'm on my own once again. I'll say this once again. Welcome into the Hamlin Education Center. This is where the internet comes to die.
I have a feeling we'll be saying that a couple more times.
The only worse places than the Hamlin Education Center are some of the Class B schools that we've been to this year. I had a terrible time in Dubrook.
Beersford.
I had a terrible time in Castlewood. Beersford was god-awful. That's what forced the MiFi device that is right next to us. So we did not have to deal with what we dealt with at Beersford ever again.
Elkton did.
I was up there with the Elkton Lake Benton kids early. Region 5, Class B, Gregory, the Gorillas, they get a big win, of course, Stickney. Lyman takes out Lower Brule, so Lyman and Gregory move on to the Sodex 16. Region 6, then I lost my app. See, the app is dying, but I'm not losing my internet, so we'll keep going here. We still got about 6 minutes left of our halftime. What was that? Region 6, I think I was at. It is Sully Buttes. They got a win over Potter County today. Ipswich takes out Wakpala. Region 7 as the app dies once again. Oh my God. The Hamlin Education Center. We are officially out in the middle of nowhere. We're southwest of Watertown. Trying to get our internet to work out here. It is a challenge. Region 7, Class B, as the app dies again. You got anything coming back? Okay.
Wall and New Underwood.
Thank you, Jesus.
Wall winning 68-53. Crazy Horse and Doka area.
Yep.
Crazy Horse winning 74-59. And then Class B.
It died on you, didn't it? All right. So instead of trying to go through those, I do have the Class B Sodex 16 that's opened up now. I don't have to switch pages or anything like that. So these games will be Class B side of Sodex 16 Tuesday night. All right, you ready? Number 1 team in Class B, the Castlewood Warriors, they get the 1. They'll play Ipswich, the 16. The number 2 in Class B, Del Rapids St. Mary, they will take on number 15 Waverly South Shore. Number 3, Viborg Hurley, they'll take on Crazy Horse. Number 4, Wessington Springs, the Spartans come out with a 4 seed. They'll take on number 13 Timberlake. The Gorillas of Gregory, they get the 5. They'll take on Lyman, the 12 seed. Lemon, the 6 seed, they'll take on Aberdeen Christian, the 11 seed. And then it is Howard as the 7. They'll take on Freeman, the number 10. And the 8-9 matchup, Wall versus Sully Buttes. Those games are all Tuesday night. Those locations of that Sodex 16 not released yet. Probably tomorrow morning, I would imagine, or even maybe on through the evening. They just have to line up Class B scenarios, those gymnasiums. They have to be volunteers and want to do the hosting of that. So all those games will be placed probably by noon tomorrow because they are playing those games on Tuesday night. What do you got open there?
Right now I'm on Region 2 for boys A.
Okay.
So Hamlin, Sioux Valley, and then Clark, Willow Lake, and Dual.
Yep.
Clark is up 24-18 into the first half.
Okay. Well, there we go. The other parts of Region 2A are Sioux Valley Cossacks coming onto the floor. Now, as I move my iPad here, you're going to see the offensive side of Sioux Valley. We're going to be up close and personal with the Cossacks, but I just want to keep the scoreboard up in the top left corner, so we're going to keep it right there as the Hamlin Chargers will be out here in about 30 seconds as well. Other action in Class A. We went through a lot of this already. In Region 1, Groton takes out Britton Hecla today, and it is Millbank, the 3 seed of Region 1. They take out Aberdeen Roncalli. The Cavaliers, their season is done as they're beat on their home floor today. Region 3, West Central takes out Madison in overtime. That's the 1 versus 5 matchup. The Trojans move on as the 1. Bottom side of that bracket, number 2, Del Rapids, the Quarriers. They get a 3-point win over the Baltic Bulldogs. We move down to Region 4. You've already said this one, but Sioux Falls Christian moves on easily over Dakota Valley. And Lennox, the 2 seed in Region 4, they beat the Vermilion Tanagers today by 5 points, 53-48. Lennox moves on.
Region 5, we have Hanson and Mount Vernon Plankton. I talked about this one, 77-44. Okay. Hanson moves on, which is the number 1 versus number 4. And then we have the number 2 versus number 3. Wagner and McCook Central Montrose. McCook Central Montrose winning 55-38 in Region 5.
In Region 6, number 1, Cheyenne Eagle Butte. They get a 3-point win over Platte Geddes. The bottom side of Region 6, it's number 3, Mobridge Pollock, the Tigers. They get a win over Stanley County today. Region 7, do you have that over there?
Yes, this is the winner in what used to be Redwood.
Red Cloud, Mapia-Luta.
Yep. Winner the 1 versus the number 5, Mapia-Luta. Winner winning 72-55. And then we have the 2 versus the 3, Pine Ridge versus St. Francis Indian. Pine Ridge losing to St. Francis Indian 58-57.
And that means that the season for Marvin Richard III, the fantastic scorer for Pine Ridge, does not go to the Sodex 16. They will watch from the sidelines. We move all the way out west. Region 8. Rapid City Christian gets the win over Custer. That was the 1-4 matchup, 76-53. And then Hill City, the number 2 team in Region 8, they beat St. Thomas More for the second time in 3 weeks. They hadn't beat that team in over a decade until 2 or 3 weeks ago. They get another win over St. Thomas More today, 50-49. That sends Rapid City Christian and Hill City into the region, or the Sodex 16 for Class A. We're still lining up the rest of the teams, including this matchup right here. The winner of this game is going to the Sodex 16. Class A, Class B, all played on Tuesday night. It is a 16-point lead for the Hamlin Chargers at the moment. Hamlin, the 1 seed in Region 2. Sioux Valley, the 5 seed in Region 2. Sioux Valley got the win over Florence Henry last night. That was a lot of fun, 62-60. We had a great time calling that. But it is going to be a tall task. We're going to take a big second half effort to take out the defending Class A state champs. Bill Vincent and friends will have a plan, and we'll see what we can do here. and have been on Wi-Fi connection between. All right, so it's been choppy at time for listeners and watchers, but we are connected. I can tell you once again, the South Dakota Scoreboard app, or the scoreboard app that I'm using, not working in this steel cage, so we had to go straight to YouTube. We're using that scoreboard in the top left corner. That is our time. That is our score. You can also see the time above the basket. There's a video board top center. We'll do our best we can here. This is going to be the Hamlin Chargers. They'll get possession number 1 of the second half. That is Easton Neuendorf. He's guarded by Brock Christofferson. Neuendorf will kick that down to Stormo in the corner. He'll drive baseline. Wadsworth back over to Neuendorf, and it's knocked out of his hands and out of bounds, off the hands of Tobin Squires. No foul on that, but it's out of bounds on Tobin Squires. Chargers will throw this in from their baseline. Neuendorf's going to throw this in. He will find Evan Stormo at the top of the key. Stormo drives into the paint, kicks that over to Dawson Noem from the corner. That's a 3-ball that rattles around and out. Long rebound, run down by Neuendorf. He'll take it down to the right side, and he is hit on his drive by Carter Sapp, I think, and connects on it. So this is an and one opportunity for Easton Neuendorf, the 5'11" senior guard. Carter Sapp on the foul. That is his third. Foul shot, no good. Sioux Valley with the rebound. We're going to see him up close and personal now. Maverick Nelson, a 3-ball from the corner. That's off the mark, but it's going to go off the hands of Van Metteren and out of bounds. Sioux Valley will keep it. Carter Sapp with his third personal. I'm just writing that down. Brock Christofferson will throw this in off the Sioux Valley baseline. 43-25 now, a lead by Hamlin. Christofferson is trying to get that to Tobin Squires. It's going to be a push on Van Metteren. That'll be his third personal. So Brock Christofferson will throw this in once again from the baseline. Another try for Sioux Valley. Brock finds Maverick Nelson. He has to run down that loose ball. Guarded by Wadsworth. He'll back him down on the right block, trying to get closer to the basket. Little dipsy-do, and gets around, and the scoop shot works. Maverick Nelson with a great 2. Chargers quickly down the floor. Van Metteren with the transition bucket. Hard to defend that. That was about a 60-foot pass. Sioux Valley the other way now. Carter Sapp, top of the key. Christofferson now. Drive in. He'll throw it to Carter Sapp. He loses the handle on it. It's loose in the paint. Tobin Squires can't handle that. Wadsworth comes up with the loose ball. Chargers the other way now. Van Metteren. Stormo. Wadsworth has an open look from the top of the key, and he'll knock that down. 48-27 now. This Hamlin team is good. They only had one loss to a South Dakota team this year. That was Sioux Falls Christian that beat them. Houston, Tennessee, the other loss they took, that's Van Metteren with his fourth. He didn't like the call. Van Metteren will go straight to the bench. In for him will be Bowden Stevenson. Zach Van Metteren, one of their stars. 4 personal fouls now with 6:28 left to go in the third. Just too aggressive on that defense on Maverick Nelson. Referee's called him on it.
Because he's leading more with his hip, causing it.
Sure. Hilton, and he'll throw that in. Sapp to Nelson. He fakes the 3, gets Wadsworth to move off the back of the iron. Tobin Squires taps that over to Carter Sapp. Get a second try here. Sapp trying to get closer to the basket off the front of the iron. The rebound is a tie-up. And that tie-up will go the way of Sioux Valley. We'll keep it here and throw it in off the baseline. Referee's talking to Evan Stormo now. These teams are, is this a nice way to put this? We're bitter rivals? Is that a nice way to put it? Typically in the postseason, they play each other and end each other's seasons. That will cause a rivalry pretty easily. The inbounds to Sapp, just a little bit strong on that. Hamlin able to knock it out of there and gain control. Wadsworth to Neuendorf. He'll try the 3 from the corner. An air ball from there. Might have been tapped by Sapp. Stevenson will get that in. Wadsworth now will drive in from the right wing. That's over to Stormo. He'll try the 3 off the back of the iron. Sapp the rebound. Outlet. Brock Christofferson. He'll get it across the timeline. Hiltonen streaking to the basket. There's a transition layup for Brady Hiltonen. Chargers quickly the other way. Neuendorf over to Wadsworth. There's another 3-ball on the way off the back of the iron. Long rebound, ping-ponged around to Stevenson at the top of the key. Stormo will drive in. Left block, that's off the side of the iron. Squires the rebound. Outlet to Brock Christofferson. He'll take it the other way. Sioux Valley now down 48-29. Squires to the right block, and that'll be blocked out by Dawson Nome, but it's off the hands of Tobin Squires. So out of bounds on Sioux Valley. Dan Ziesen in for Tobin Squires. Neuendorf the other way for Hamlin now. Neuendorf will throw that over to Wadsworth. Right wing 3 off the mark. Dan Ziesen's trying to run it down, and that will go the Sioux Valley way. So it was off the hands of Stevenson in the paint. Referees took a look at each other, decided that was Sioux Valley's ball. 48-29, a lead for Hamlin. 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Brock Christofferson quickly the other way. Maverick Nelson now, he'll drive to the right block in the paint still, turns and spins, trying to score against Wadsworth, throw it out to Hiltonen, back to Nelson. The senior guard, tapped in the face by Wadsworth, not called. Nelson will drive it baseline, turn and spin into the paint, try to get it off the backboard. Great take by Maverick Nelson against Jackson Wadsworth. Connects on that deuce. Neuendorf the other way for the Chargers. He'll drive it to the elbow against Brock Christofferson. Sapp tried to get that out of there. It ping-pongs around back to Neuendorf, and we've got a push foul out there on Sioux Valley. That foul is going to be on Maverick Nelson, his second. Neuendorf throws that in. That's Wadsworth. He drives baseline. Carter Sapp gets a piece of that, but it's going to be an and one. Carter Sapp's going to get the foul. That'll be his fourth. Wadsworth drove against him, got the foul and the bucket. Carter Sapp's going to have to come to the bench for a little bit here with his 4 fouls now. We've got 4:22 left in the third. Tobin Squires back in for Sapp. Wadsworth connected on that jumper but was fouled. So the and one opportunity for Jackson Wadsworth. Free throw on the way, off the back of the iron and out. Maverick Nelson the rebound. Sioux Valley now still down 19. It's 50-31. Brock Christofferson will drive to the elbow. 15-foot jumper in and good for Brock. Good drive there, good move there, good shot. Got to make a stop here. It's an uphill climb for the Sioux Valley Cossacks. You got to get stops on the defensive end. Neuendorf's going to drive to the basket, right in and lay it in and good. Sioux Valley will throw this in now. 52-33. Brock Christofferson drives in against Stormo. That throw into Hilton and knocked away by Neuendorf. Nelson runs down the loose ball. Nelson driving in against Stormo. Down the right block. It's going to be a tie-up. Stormo is able to get all hands on it. Nelson and Stormo called for the tie-up. It's going to go the way of the Hamlin Chargers. So good defense by Stormo. Forces the possession call. McCade Nelson in for Tobin Squires. Carson Washi in for Brady Hiltonen. Bill Vincent wanting some full court pressure now. Throwing to Wadsworth, guarded by Nelson. He'll get it across the timeline over to Stormo. Stormo will drive in from there. Stevenson, we've got a charge call. Braden Dan Ziesen will draw the charge against, was it Stormo? Yes, so. Evan Stormo with his second personal. So as he was throwing it to a teammate in the paint, Dan Ziesen was right there and Stormo ran him over. Tobin Squires back on. Brady Hiltonen back on. That'll put McCade Nelson and Dan Ziesen on the bench for a bit. Carter Sapp back in the ball game with his 4 fouls as well. Brock Christofferson across the timelines. 52-33, lead for Hamlin. 3:14 left to go in this third quarter. Carter Sapp on the right block. He's pushed. Stevenson will be called for that foul. This will be team foul number 4 for Hamlin.
His first.
And that is Stevenson's first personal. So Brock Christopherson's going to throw this in. Dan Ziesen will take Carter Sapp out. Sapp with his 4 fouls. You have to use him sparingly for a little bit here. 52-33 lead for Hamlin. 3:10 left to go in the third. Christopherson will throw it over to Nelson. Nelson will go out to the 3-point line. Top of the key now, looking for Tobin Squires. Spins at the left elbow. Hiltonen looks at the 3, guarded by Neuendorf. Now he'll drive in against Neuendorf. There's a slap on the arm, not called. Nelson, top of the key. 18 on the shot clock. Nelson around the right side of the lane. Scoop shot, no good. Tobin Squires tried to get that rebound, but tapped it out of bounds. And Hamlin will take it the other way. Carson Washi in. Tobin Squires will take a breather. We're bringing full court pressure now. Hamlin will get that in. Wadsworth guarded by Dan Ziesen. Throw it over to Neuendorf. Neuendorf, one of the best guards in the state. Easily across the timeline, guarded by Brock Christopherson. He'll drive it down the left block, kick it out to Stormo. Stormo's going to drive in baseline. That scoop shot in and good against Carson Washi. 54-33 now, a lead for Hamlin. Brock Christopherson the other way now. He'll drive in against Stormo, get it to the elbow, kick it back out to Hiltonen. He looks at the 3, finds Carson Washi. Washi will drive up, hand that over to Nelson. He'll drive into the paint, knocked away by Wadsworth, but it's going to be a push foul or a reach. Either one on Jackson Wadsworth.
His second.
That'll be his second personal. That's the 15th foul for Hamlin, though. That sends Maverick Nelson in the line. So Maverick Nelson, the senior guard. First free throw on the way, and good. Maverick connects on the first. He's got 5 points in this quarter now. He can make it 6 here with another make. 54-34. It's a 20-point lead for Hamlin. 2:12 left to go in this third quarter. Maverick Nelson, second foul shot, in and good. He's got 6 in the quarter. Sioux Valley will bring full court pressure once again. The throw into Wadsworth. He's guarded by Dan Ziesen. Fights across the timeline. We'll hand that over to Stormo. Stormo, top of the key. Finds Dawson Nome. He'll throw it into Stevenson on the left block. He turns and spins against Brady Hiltonen and then connects on the jumper right over Brady. 56-35 now, a lead by Hamlin. Maverick Nelson the other way. Nelson will drive in against Wadsworth. Try a off-balance 12-footer. And good for Maverick Nelson. So that cuts the lead to 19 again. Sioux Valley just can't seem to get inside that 19-point deficit. They throw it on to Stormo on the baseline. Pass, Carson Washi, in and good off the bank board. Another example of how we just can't get any closer than where we are right here. Christopherson the other way now. Hand that over to Hilton, and he'll try a 3 from the top of the key, and that's good! Brady Hiltonen! Sioux Valley's got to get a stop here. 1:13 left to go in the third. Stormo, left wing. He'll throw that up to Nome into the corner. Wadsworth, he'll drive in against Dan Ziesen across the paint. He'll turn, spin, double team, knocked out of his hands. Washi gets on it. It's knocked away by Stevenson, and Hiltonen saves it. Maverick Nelson to Washi, double teamed. Hiltonen the other way, 3-on-1. They kick it over to Brock Christopherson. 3-ball off the back of the iron. Stevenson the rebound. Couldn't take advantage of the 3-on-1. Neuendorf the other way. I think Dan Ziesen's going to be called for a push. And it is Dan Ziesen with his first personal 14 foul for Sioux Valley. 58-40, a lead by Hamlin. Carson Washi will come out. Tobin Squires back on the floor for the Cossacks. 35 seconds left. Kind of matches the shot clock at the same moment. So Stevenson will drive this around the top of the key. Guarded by Hiltonen. 25 seconds left. Get that over to Dawson Nome across the arc here. Wadsworth. Pushed by, is that on Brock? If that's on Brock, that's going to be his fourth, and it is. Brock Christopherson with his fourth personal. And that is the 15 foul on Sioux Valley. That sends Hamlin to the line with 19.1 seconds left in this third quarter. Jackson Wadsworth on the line. First free throw On the way and out. It rattles around and out. Levi Loban coming on. Dan Ziesen will take a breather here in the last 19 seconds. Levi Loban is the Energizer Bunny. He is instant offense. Jackson Wadsworth with foul shot number 2 coming. And he connects on that one. So Wadsworth will take a breather. That is number 20 coming on. That is Alden Abraham. Easton Neuendorf also getting a breather with Tyler Stevenson on the floor. Turner Stevenson, sorry. Tobin Squires will come off. McCade Nelson back on the floor. So Sioux Valley with the ball. 13 seconds left in the third quarter. 59-40. It's a 19-point lead by the defending state champs. Maverick Nelson now, top of the key. He'll fake the 3, get it over to Hiltonen. 3 seconds left. Brady Hiltonen will take that 3 ball. McCade Nelson tries the putback off the rebound. No foul called there, but McCade Nelson at least gave himself a chance. So as we move to the fourth quarter, it is 59-40, a 19-point lead by the defending state champs. Our third quarter stats are going to be brought to us by Precision Risk Management, crop assistance from the local pros. Call David today to ensure your farm's future. Maverick Nelson had a good third quarter. He added 8 to his total. He's got 17 on the night. Brock Christofferson added 2. He's got 7. Carter Stapp still with 2, but he's got 4 personals now. Brady Hiltonen added 5. He's up to 12 points on his night, and that's our scores. So at the third quarter break, it's 59-40. $19-point lead for Hamlin as we head to the fourth quarter here. Sioux Valley just couldn't get underneath that 19-point deficit. It was a 16-point deficit at halftime. So the Cossacks outscored by 3 points in the third quarter. So still a steep hill to climb, but they'll keep rolling. The first possession of the fourth quarter will belong to Sioux Valley. Maverick Nelson's going to throw this in from the far sideline right at half court. And our fourth quarter is underway. Brock Christofferson now to the top of the key. Guarded by Turner Stevenson. Handoff to Hiltonen, over to Sapp. Sapp will drive in from the top of the key. Cut off by Stevenson. No foul on the jumper. Van Metteren with the rebound. Maverick Nelson knocked that away. Stevenson had to run it down. The throw right to Brock Christofferson. And he turns around and spins in the paint, connects on that. So a steal and a transition bucket by Sioux Valley. Neuendorf beats the pressure. A nice move there. Fakes the pass, goes right to the rack. 2 more points for the Hamlin Chargers. 61-42 now. Maverick Nelson fighting off Wadsworth. Over to Brock. Hiltonen. Tobin Squires now. Top of the key. Nelson around the arc. Wadsworth chasing him. There's a 3 ball by Maverick Nelson off the front of the iron. Neuendorf the rebound. He'll run the floor. Kicks it over cross court. That's Stevenson to Stevenson. Up to Wadsworth, top of the key. Around to Neuendorf. He'll try a long 3 from the left wing. That's in and good. Hamlin Chargers connect on another 3 ball. 64-42 now. A big lead for Hamlin. Brock Christofferson into the paint. He'll drive against Stevenson. That scoop is too short. Van Metteren the rebound. Neuendorf has it. He'll take it the other way. Hand off to Wadsworth. There's a 3 ball on the way, and it's a 6-0 run by the Chargers. The throw in to Brock Christofferson, facing full court pressure from Stevenson. Brock over to Maverick Nelson. There's a long 3 by Maverick Nelson off the back of the iron. Long rebound by Stevenson up to Neuendorf. Cross court. That is Wadsworth in the corner. He'll try another 3. It's a 9-0 run by the Hamlin Chargers. Sioux Valley the other way now. Maverick Nelson to the left wing. 6 minutes left in this game. Hamlin's opening this up now, 70-42. Tobin Squires will go right to the basket. Too strong. Carter Sapp the rebound and putback. And he's fouled on his putback try. So Carter Sapp will go to the line for 2 shots. That foul is on number 5. That is Turner Stevenson, his first team foul for Hamlin. Carter Sapp with 2 shots. First one rattles around, but it falls. For Carter, that's his first point since the first quarter. Levi Loban back on the floor. Hilton in to take a breather. Carter Sapp with free throw number 2 here. And that connects. So Carter hits them both. McCade Nelson back on the floor. Carter Sapp with his 4 fouls to take a breather here. 70-44, a big lead for Hamlin. I can see on the video board, Wadsworth has 22, Neuendorf 19. Evan Stormo's got 13 on his night. Leading scorer for Sioux Valley, that is Maverick Nelson. He's got 17. Then this will be a timeout by the head coach, Todd Neuendorf, for the Hamlin Chargers.
Full timeout.
It is a full timeout. You want to take a look around the South Dakota Score Feed app, brought to us by Back Alley Meats, Downtown Volga, Small Town Quality, Big City Selection. Also brought to us by Buster's Auto Brokers in Mitchell. Right on the corner, right on the price.
See, what do we want to talk about? Double A?
Sure. What's Double A got going on?
Sioux Falls Jefferson versus Sioux Falls Washington.
Did you see, by the way, there was a girls half-court shot at the buzzer last night in Double A action. Did you see that?
No.
Sioux Falls Jefferson went up to Aberdeen Central and beat them at the buzzer with a half-court shot that falls. So that moved Sioux Falls Jefferson to the state tournament because that was their Sodak 16 in Double A last night. Yeah. So that's how Sioux Falls Jefferson
on
the girls' side got to the state tournament.
58-48. O'Gorman versus Sioux Falls Roosevelt. This will be the last one. O'Gorman winning 74-65. Harrisburg and Rapid City Stevens 70-58. Harrisburg winning with 70.
Onto that timeout. Hamlin's going to have it. They're going to throw it in off the far sideline. Stormo will find Neuendorf. He'll drive into the foul line, now down the right side of the lane. Kick it out to Stevenson. He'll drive in against Loban. Back to Neuendorf near the top of the key. Get you the scoreboard up in that top left corner. You can see the score and the time there. 5:30 left in this game. Nelson trying to fight through that screen. Kicks it out to Dawson Noem. There's a 3-ball. It is a 12-0 run now by the Hamlin Chargers. Maverick the other way now. Nelson double team through that. He'll drive in against Stormo. Neuendorf knocks that out of there. Stevenson gets it up to Neuendorf. He'll go right down the right side lane, lose a handle on it, go out of bounds, and then touch it. That'll be a turnover by Neuendorf. I don't know if he was trying to dunk there or not, but he lost the handle on it.
He was just going up for a layup, and then I think hit the rim.
But he was out of bounds, and then the first one back in. And we saw from earlier in the game, you can't do that. So that's a turnover by Hamlin.
We've seen that multiple times this game.
Sioux Valley will throw that in now. Brock Christofferson across the timeline. We are under 5 minutes left in this game, but it's 73-44 now. Levi Loban, instant offense. He'll try the 3 off the side of the iron. Van Meteren the rebound. Trying to get the senior some points in perhaps the last game here for the boys in the 24-25 campaign. Hamlin has really opened this up now. Neuendorf will throw that to Wadsworth in the corner. Back to Neuendorf. 20 on the shot clock. Stormo will drive in against Levi Loban, and Levi's going to be called for the push. That foul, Loban, his first. That is also the first team foul for Sioux Valley in the fourth quarter here. 73-44, big lead for Hamlin. They throw it into Stormo off the baseline. Wadsworth will find Van Meteren. He tries the reverse layup against Squires and connects on that. 75-44 now. Christofferson will hand that over to McCade Nelson, and it's Wadsworth that knocks that out of there, but it'll be off the hands of Wadsworth. Sioux Valley will keep it and throw it in off the baseline right here in the corner, and I'm sorry you can't see that, but that's the angle we have. Brock Christofferson, you can see the top of his head all the way down in the bottom corner. Christofferson throwing this in. He will find Levi Loban at the top of the key. He'll hand it over to Maverick Nelson. There's a 3-ball on the way by Maverick. Off the back of the iron, McCade Nelson. Pushed by Van Meteren, and that's Zach Van Meteren's 5th personal. He'll go to the bench. So a push on that rebound. McCade Nelson unable to do anything with that off the Van Meteren push. So Sioux Valley will throw this in. Brock Christofferson to Nelson in the paint. He's right on the right block. He'll go against Stormo, and that's a foul in any other game, but not tonight. That's the second time he's done that. That is a possession tie-up, and it'll go with Hamlin. So the jumper blocked by Stormo, and they're going to call that a tie-up at the same time. It's an interesting call. We've seen it twice now tonight. Neuendorf for Hamlin. He'll drive all the way down into the paint. A lay-in and up and good. Easton Neuendorf connects on another. 77-44 in, but it's knocked away. It's kicked, actually. So that'll stay with Sioux Valley. Hamlin bringing in some kids here. Number 2, that is Ted Smith, a backup senior on the floor now. Stevenson back in as well. Brock Christofferson, I think his night is done. Carson Washi in for Sioux Valley. A great career for Brock Christofferson. Hamlin taking out their core players as well. Trenton Smith coming in. Maverick Nelson will come out. Another round of applause by the Sioux Valley faithful as Maverick Nelson's career will end here in Hamlin. Big hug from head coach Bill Vincent. Maverick Nelson, a fantastic guard and senior. Sioux Valley throws this in. McCade Nelson on the right block. He was fouled on the jumper, but not called here. I don't think we're going to get any more foul calls.
I don't think so either.
1:38 left to go. A huge lead by Hamlin. That 3 ball off the mark. It is rebounded by one of the bench players, number 30. That is Carter Judding, another senior. Getting some action. Levi Loban gets the rebound, and he'll be fouled on the rebound. So Levi Loban is going to be taken out here. The last senior, the third senior. Holden Rusink coming in.
I think they're trying to get Levi his last.
Broden Tessie, yeah, they'll leave Levi Loban out there, the lone senior out there. Cyrus Schultz coming on. Yeah, we're at a running clock now, 77-44. So the 24, now Broden Teskey, he'll get it over to Trenton. Trenton's going to try the 3 ball off the back of the iron. Tyrus Schultz, the rebound, and it is good! Tyrus Schultz. And this will be a substitution timeout. I believe Levi Loban is coming to the bench. Dan Ziesen's going to take him out. The career for Levi Loban, the third senior, also ending here in Hamlin. Hugs all around for Levi Loban. Tough night for the Sioux Valley Cossacks as their season's going to come to an end right here at the Hamlin Education Center. It's a running clock. We've got 26 seconds left. That is Bowden Stevenson, number 1, dribbling near half court. He'll hand that over to Alden Abraham, number 20. Over to Ted Smith, the other senior, number 22 on the floor now. 7 seconds left. Chargers just throwing it around the arc. They are going to shoot it. Ted Smith, air ball. And the putback is off the mark as well. A couple of seniors trying to get in the scorebooks. And that is going to do it. The Sioux Valley Cossacks boys season comes to an end here in Hamlin, 77-46. The defending state champs looked like the defending state champs, especially in that second half, as they were able to overpower our Sioux Valley Cossacks and move on to the SODAC 16 out of Region 2. Handshakes down there. I'm not sure if we'll get anyone up here. It could be the head coach, probably only at the moment. I mean, we've talked to these seniors
we can get them up here
all season long. I don't know if we're going to get anyone up here.
I don't know.
So we'll do a little post-game show, and if someone shows up, someone shows up. Coaches doing their handshakes as well. Congratulations all around. That's Neuendorf and Bill Vincent with the handshake there. But a tough night for the Sioux Valley Cossacks as their season comes to an end here in Hamlin, 77-46. We only scored 6 in that fourth quarter, and I only wrote down 4 of them, so I'm not sure who got the other 2. Tyrus, that's right. You're quick with those numbers, man. So there's the other 2. Okay, so Carter Sapp adds 2 free throws. He ends up with 4 on his night. Dan Zeden scoreless as he was in and out with the illness he's dealing with. Maverick Nelson finished his career with 17 points here in Hamlin. Brock Christofferson at 9. Tobin Squires didn't score tonight. And Hiltonen ends with 12. And then Tyrus Schultz, he gets 2 points in his night, so that's 46. Tough night for our Sioux Valley Cossacks. The basketball season officially not over as our girls squad has advanced to the state tournament in Class A. They will start their tournament in Spearfish on Thursday.
At 6 o'clock is their
6
game.
o'clock. They'll get the night game as they are the 7
and if we
seed.
keep winning, if we win Thursday night, we stay in the late games.
Yep.
If we
Yeah.
lose, Thursday depends on what games you play on.
Yeah, Thursday they get the night game. If they win, they play at night. The
I think
consolation
6.
brackets in the afternoon time. We'll worry about Thursday first. They'll play Dakota Valley. It's a matchup, a rematch from earlier in the season. But we'll worry about that one first. So that's a 6 o'clock start in Spearfish. So probably a 7 o'clock start here.
At Black Hills State.
Yeah,
Which
but it's
is
6 o'clock out there.
6 o'clock out there, 7 o'clock
7
here.
o'clock in Volga time, just so we're clear on that. I do not get to take my live stream to the game. I'll have all my equipment out in Spearfish and the Black Hills for kind of the whole week. Actually, I'm taking a vacation out of this. I'll be doing post games, pre games. We'll be at practice. We'll be doing interviews, kind of like we've been doing with the coaches show a little bit. Just do it day by day as the team gets out there. I think on Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday they go out?
Wednesday, I think they leave.
Wednesday they leave. So I'll start talking to them on Wednesday when they get out there. They'll do shoot-arounds in the mornings as when they can. We'll hope for the best. That rematch with Dakota Valley, we played that game at North Sioux City. As a team, the Cossacks hit 16 three-pointers against that Panther squad. They had a lead with 4 minutes left, and then the three-pointers just shut off, like the faucet turned off. They weren't able to score much of anything the rest of the game. The Panthers caught up and then made a couple more plays in the last minute, and the Panthers won it at home.
Keep Kira out of foul trouble in the first half.
Sure.
I know that game she had 3 fouls. What was the first quarter?
Something like that, yeah.
Yep. And then Amari, too.
Yeah, Amari.
If those two can stay out of foul trouble, I think we would win that game.
And I
we would have won that game, too.
You can say the same for the state tournament. I mean, we've already played a lot of the teams that are in that and played with them for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The Sioux Falls Chargers, the number 1 seed out there, they're a different animal. They go 10 deep on their bench, and those 10 players that they do, they're replaceable. They don't miss anything with the 10 players coming in and out. It's like they have 2 starting 5s. It's ridiculous what they do. But that's what Sioux Falls Chargers can do. Us being the 7th seed on the other side of the bracket, we wouldn't see that team until some sort of championship team. Are we the 6th or the 7th? I think we're the 7th because Dakota Valley got the 2.
Yes.
Now you got to look at a South Dakota Scorefeed app that doesn't like you.
It likes me when I get to this part, but
to finish up our
7.
boys, playing the 2 seed.
We will play either. I can't say that one.
Yeah.
Red Cloud. We'll just say Red Cloud for that.
It's Mapialuta, formerly Red Cloud.
And either Wagner.
To finish up our boys post-game show here, we got to give away a player of the game. That is going to be Maverick Nelson. His 17 points to pace the Sioux Valley Cossacks once again. Player of the game gets a gift certificate for a free smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, a fantastic sponsor of these Sioux Valley Athletics basketball games and these Stalls Media broadcasts. So we'll give Maverick Nelson his free smoothie. Just a tough one here in the Hamlin Education Center. That's a really good Hamlin squad. They showed again why they are the number 2 team as far as the playoff points go. They are the defending Class A state champs. Pretty much the same team they had from last year, so they didn't drop off at all.
Yes, they dropped to 1.
They dropped 1, but it didn't seem like they're missing a beat. That makes them 19-2 on their season. The Sioux Valley Cossacks going to drop themselves to 12-10 on their 24-25 campaign. So I don't think we're going to get any players or coaches up here. I think we see some Sioux Valley Cossack players coming onto the floor. But I just don't think we're going to have any happy conversations up here. So we'll give head coach Bill Vincent a break. We'll talk to him when we're out in Spearfish, and we'll just see what the girls can do. Congrats to this Cossack boys teams. They fought hard all year, got themselves to 12-10 for the season, but just ran into a pretty good Hamlin squad here in a Region 2A final. And that's going to do it for the 24-25 campaign. So we'll be back next year with boys basketball, but we'll be back in the fall for football. We're adding that to next fall. We're also going to be doing volleyball once again next fall. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be talking to sponsors all through the summertime. We'll be adding a huge list of those for the football season, the volleyball season, and then we'll roll right into basketball next winter as well. But, I love being a part of the Cossack Crazies. I have no problem calling these games. I've had a lot of fun calling the boys throughout these last 2 years, on the radio last year, on Saul's Media this year, and then doing girls basketball at the same time. We had a great time with the volleyball squad through the fall. Chased them all the way to a state tournament in Sioux Falls. Football in the fall. That's a long ways off, but are you heading to Spearfish as well? You're going to be part of the crowd out there? I'll see you out there. Everything's fine. This is not goodbye by any means. We have a fun state tournament in Spearfish starting Thursday with the girls as they punch their ticket to the state tournament. First time since 2014 they've been in the state tournament.
Yeah,
that was the first time in the Sodex 16. It was 2017, the last time they were in Sodex 16. Last time they were in the state tournament, 2014. So it's been a decade since they've been to the state Class A tournament. But they will see what they can do in the opening round Thursday night against Dakota Valley. Once again, I won't be able to do the live stream because South Dakota Public TV has the lockdown on the live streams. But I'll be doing plenty of things off the court, and I'll have a camera in my hands during those games. So when you're cheering loud from the Cossack Crady student section, I'll get a picture of that. There you go.
Yeah.
My partner in crime, Jordan, with the agreement there. Yes, we're fine there.
Yeah.
I think the head coach, Bill Vincent, is going to come on up here. So we are going to get a post-game interview with Bill Vincent as he just gave me the hand signal.
As much as possible as I can in the fall.
Yeah.
I get into that busy time, and I didn't go to very much till we got to playoffs. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's prime time farm time, so it's understandable. We are going to have head coach Bill Vincent join us here. He's just climbing the stairs behind us to get up to the, what do you want to call this, the perch?
Corner perch?
The corner perch, the quarter something. It's a terrible angle. I think when we come back here, we're going to try to find a way to get to the top of the bleachers on the visitor's side. I am joined by the head coach, Bill Vincent. Can you hear me over there?
I can.
Doing okay?
I can.
A tough finish here at the Hamlin Education Center. That's a really good Hamlin team. What was the conversation to your boys as the finisher?
Yeah, when you go into that locker room, there's just a lot of hurt, but a ton of pride. I feel like our most improved team from beginning of year to end of year, we felt like we just needed 2 more weeks because we were just now rolling. Of course, they're as good as good, and too bad we had to end up in the same side of the bracket at the same time. You got to play them somewhere along the way.
Oh, yeah.
The way. Just a lot of fighting our guys. Some fouls landed at the wrong spot once again. And, we had to do some adjustment right before half, and it allowed them to go on a 10-0 run or maybe more. And that was kind of the ball game. And, hindsight being 2020, we just rolled with those guys with 3 fouls and tried to get to the halftime, and that's what we're trying to do, extend it. We came out with great game plan, kids all in and doing everything they could. But, we've been on the other side of this before too, where we've just been extremely powerful and kind of overwhelmed teams. Here tonight we had to marathon a little bit, and, it's just sad because, 3 seniors go out the door. That's always painful to see Leroy's career come to an end, and Mav and Brock's career and everything that they brought to Sioux Valley basketball and the things that they did. So that's painful. They're good young men. They're going to have bright futures and good things, and they left the program in a good spot as those before them did. So they'll pass that on. Those guys were in what, the 5th grade, 6th grade or something. So they don't know this. The last time we didn't go to a state tournament, they just don't even know this. I think we've been since they were in kindergarten. We've been to 10 or something. I mean, so this is painful. That there's a lot of hurt in that locker room, but But, they got an opportunity to play Hamlin at some point. We knew, hey, we want to play them. We wish it would have been the state championship or state semifinals or whatever. It happened here tonight. And I don't know, I can't say enough about those guys. We ran into a little illness with Danzizen down the stretch, never quite got him fully recovered. We were 2 days away from Brett Milton being back in action.
Right.
Those two things would have helped. At the same time, someone like Brady Hilton steps up.
Yeah.
So you got the success stories along the way as well.
I was just going to add, we are saying goodbye to 3 seniors, but you got a lot of youngsters on this squad. They got a lot of playing time, including tonight. You just mentioned Brady Hilton and Carson Washi had a great second half of the season. It seemed like his confidence gaining all the time. Tobin Squires, Carter Sapp in the paint. Those are going to be seniors next year. Well, one senior, one junior next year.
Yeah.
It's a bright future that we have. Yes, we say goodbye to 3 fantastic seniors. They become legacies and part of the Cossack crazies in the future, but there's still something to be bright about. The JV squad was fantastic this year.
Yes.
We mentioned the C team that was great. They won the C team state tournament.
Yep. They won the
and
FCA
it was
state.
I think an 8th grade squad that hasn't lost in 2 years, right?
Yes. Yeah. Our cupboard's not bare.
Yeah.
And it never is. We've got a great leader program. Those are all great things, but that doesn't help the hurt that I have for this squad right here. I want to go to practice tomorrow. I want to prepare for the next game. You always want to go to state, but they call it state. And you want to go to state, but really what you want to do is just want to be at practice again with your dudes. Is what you want to do, whether it's state or another regular season game or whatever. Right. Especially after you've poured everything into it. So that's what hurts. You want to wake up tomorrow and be strategizing and finding a way to make everybody individually better, whether that's as a player or as a person, so that's what hurts. But Salzy, I can't thank you enough for carrying all these games back to everybody, and
it's been fun, man.
Yeah, and doing that, going through your challenges as well, and with your dad and everything. So we appreciate. Everything from you, Salzy. We appreciate it a lot.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate that. We're heading out to Spearfish, though. We still got a girls team that's in action. We talked about Jordan and I talked a little bit about that through the post game. We'll have some fun out in Spearfish, but it's going to hurt tonight.
And it's going to hurt. But thanks, girls. I always think it's important, and that's why I said it wasn't like an inexperienced girls team. They've been watching these boys and going there and supporting them, and the boys are going to just flip the role, and we're going to go out there and help the girls get their next win. So the point I'm getting at is we want to keep touching state tournaments, whether it's the girls, the boys, whatever, because you get that feel, what winning, success breeds success, and we want those things to happen, and then we'll get home, we'll get charged up for track season and get ready to go. We'll have
Track's right around the corner. Oh my God.
Off season, but
season after season, they just roll right into each other, man.
I'm going to say my thank yous, and I just got some guys down there I need to go see.
Coach, thanks for another great season of Cossack basketball. We will talk to you soon, probably out in Spearfish. The head coach, Bill Vincent, joining us in the post game. I appreciate that. He didn't have to after a loss like this, but showing a lot of emotion and class, which is fantastic, man. It is a tough night. We're not used to losing in this fashion in the postseason, and not at a state tournament. It's been a while that it's a region play loss that ends it, but maybe this is a lesson for the youngsters coming up through the ranks of remembering what happened here at Hamlin and using that as motivation for next year. I don't know. We'll discuss all that as we mull through the off season here, but that's going to do it from the Hamlin Education Center. It was a 77-46 loss to end the Sioux Valley Cossacks boys season. The girls still in action. They'll head out to Spearfish on Wednesday. Game night Thursday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time in Volga. All that action is going to be on South Dakota Public TV. So the TV, their live stream as well is sdpb.com, or is it .gov? You can look that up on Google. But they have a lockdown on the live stream, so I won't be able to live stream the games. I'll be doing other things behind the scenes, behind the action, pregame, postgame. I'll be doing those things with Sioux Valley. We'll find a way to stay connected. That's all we're going to do. But then I'll have a camera in hand getting all of the still shots of the game action out there. It's been a while since I've been on the sidelines with my camera, probably since the football season, as we were still figuring out a way to do this on an iPad and live stream it, putting it all together. That's the last time I had a camera on the sidelines, was either the football season or it was at a volleyball game somewhere with Sioux Valley. So it'll be a nice refresher for me, but thank you, everyone, for listening, for watching, for following along. Thank you for subscribing to Saul's Media right here on YouTube, the Jason Salzman page, channel, if you will. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for listening, all the shout-outs, and reaching out. It's been a tough month for my father. We've got another tough one coming up on Monday morning, but he's alive, and he's okay at the moment, but still a long recovery for him as we have to put some stents in some arteries to get some circulation going back to his whole body, and it caused some problems in his right leg, and that's what we're going to deal with on Monday. So that's going to do it from the Hamlin Education Center. Thank you to all you watchers out there. You're keeping me going, keeping me doing this, and it's fun being a Cossack crazy. I love it, and we'll continue to do so. So I will see you all from Spearfish as we do a lot of things from practice. We'll do a lot of things in pregame, postgame. Keep following along. Find Jason Salzman on everything, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can find Jason Salzman or Salzman Studios, one of the two. I'll be doing a lot of videos and a lot of postgame shows and things like that. Pregame interviews, practice interviews. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. That's going to do it from the Hamlin Education Center. I'll see you in Spearfish.